A very special celebration for World Rhino Day in the Bay today, as Wayne Bolton, a cyclist and enthusiast for Rhino, is finally finishing his expedition, where he started all the way in Swakopmund in Namibia on about the 20th of August, and he had now cycled down all the way down to Gqeberha. We'll go meet him out a little bit later today and follow him as he enters PE and then enters, the Donkin, where his finish line will be. And today, also on this very special day, another Rhino enthusiast, Sharon Jessop, she will start her expedition for Rhino, where she will be running all the way to the Limpopo border for more than 3,000 kilometers through all the parks. And she's actually joined with me today. Sharon, thank you so much for joining us. Tell us, how are you feeling?
Well, right now I'm actually feeling quite calm. I think the actual reality of it will set in as I hit the road and I start my run today as Wayne finishes and hands over the baton of hope. So I think that's going to be, reality time for me when I realize, okay, this is it.
As I said, 3,000 kilometers, you are going to run through all these game parks to create awareness, not just for rhinos, but for their handlers as well.
Absolutely, because as I always say, I run for the rhinos, but I also run for the rangers, and I also run for communities. As we previously said, there's so many socio-economic issues that needs to be addressed, and it is a holistic approach that is going to fix the problem of rhino poaching in this country. It's not one single solution.
And obviously, you're running for conservation to create awareness, but what is your actual goal for this very extreme expedition?
Yes, awareness, absolutely paramount, but also I want to raise funds, and I've set a massive goal for myself. I want to raise a minimum of R1 million for rhino conservation, and that will then go to direct rhino conservation and community initiatives. So anything where rhinos are involved, tourism, community projects, etc.
I know when we spoke a couple of weeks ago, you made it very clear that all the money raised are going straight to the rhino. How are you funding yourself and, keeping yourself on the road? Because I'm sure it's not a cheap endeavor.
It's definitely not cheap, Kim, yes. So we have basically two portions to this. We have sponsors that come on board that want the advertising, because obviously we're doing the Facebook Lives on a daily basis and we're advertising our sponsors and partners. And then there's the fundraising element. So we do still have spots for sponsors if they want to come on board and have their companies and their entities advertised, on social media. But the fundraising part of it, 100% of those funds go to the Rhino Conservation Fund.
And for our viewers at home and those watching right now and those who want to contribute to this cause, how would they go about doing that?
The easiest would be to follow us on Run Wild for Rhinos on Facebook. It is an open group, so people can just join up. All the links will be posted there. So, we'll remind people on a daily basis. We'll talk to our crowdfunding platform people, Sport for Lives, because what they're doing is also an amazing initiative to get school children involved to effect change. As I always say, kids have a superpower. It's called pester power, and we need to harness that power to effect change in this beautiful country of ours. But yes, all the links will be posted on the group, and we'll also talk about it all the time.
And then lastly, Sharon, just your voice or your word to South Africans about this important cause.
People see a rhino poachers being arrested and everybody goes, yay, and there's a huge applause. But the problem is, for every tiny battle that we win, there's a massive war that we're losing out there. So for the people out there that's watching this, that's listening, that's going to be following the Run Wild for Rhinos, and that who have followed Wayne, we are very, very far from a sustainable solution. We basically have about 5 to 6 years to make a difference. So that's a very short time. If you think from where your baby's born to where they reach the age of 5, time goes by in a flash. And that is the time we have to save our rhinos. And as I always say, if we save the rhinos, we save the people. Tourism creates jobs. Jobs are needed for conservation. So let's just all come together. Let's all move from caring to doing for our rhinos and make a marked difference.
Sharon, thank you so much and all the best on your expedition. Well, that was Sharon Jessop, our runner for these rhino, who's taking on the massive challenge to run all the way to the Limpopo border to create awareness for this very important issue. And as she has alluded to the fact that it's not just about the rhino, it's about the whole entire issue, and she looks at it rather from a holistic approach where it comes to the rhinos, their handlers, the socioeconomic issues, and creating jobs within tourism.